In related news, Hong Kong will stop shipping goods bound for the United States. That's in response to the new U.S. tariffs on China. Here are the details.
Hong Kong exporter Houghton Lee is bracing for a drop in demand for his specialized electronic products sold in the United States.
If you are doing some online shopping or already waiting for a package that may be going through Hong Kong, you could be waiting a while. The Chinese city announced that it's suspending postal service to and from the U.S.
In a surprising turn of events, Hong Kong has added a dramatic new layer to the ever-intensifying trade war between the United States and China. What initially began as the Trump administration's aggressive tariff measures targeting Chinese goods has now evolved into a broader conflict, drawing Hong Kong squarely into the fray. Known for its unique geopolitical and economic position, the city is no longer merely collateral damage. It is stepping onto the battlefield with a message of defiance. Hong Kong's recent decision to impose new restrictions on air and sea trade with the United States, going as far as suspending postal services, has sent ripples across the global economic landscape. Once celebrated as a gateway of the East and a critical financial and trade hub bridging Western capital with Asian markets, Hong Kong now finds itself at a historical crossroads. Washington's move to include Hong Kong in its broader tariff regime against China has deeply strained the region's delicate balance. The Trump administration's assertion that Hong Kong is complicit in China's allegedly unfair trade practices led to expanded tariffs, impacting local manufacturers and logistics sectors. In retaliation, Hong Kong issued sharp rebukes and then took the unprecedented step of halting all postal services to the United States, a symbolic gesture that carries the weight of severed ties, no matter how small the cargo. This is not just economic warfare. It's a lifeline being cut, a Hong Kong government official stated, echoing a sentiment of urgency and injustice. A Chinese Communist Party spokesperson echoed this, accusing the United States of senseless bullying and warning that Hong Kong's patience is wearing thin. Hong Kong's exporters, long burdened by the rising cost of trans-Pacific trade, are reaching a breaking point. The Postal Service suspension, while modest in scale, signals a willingness to freeze even the smallest exchanges with the U.S. and reflects an increasingly defiant posture. Public opinion within the region is beginning to shift as well. Voices are growing louder, calling for a firmer stance against Washington's perceived aggression. Many in Hong Kong feel that, perhaps for the first time, they have been thrust into the heart of a direct trade confrontation between two global giants. The implications are not limited to postal services. Air cargo, already hindered by increased inspections and duties, is further destabilized. Maritime trade is suffering too, as vessels leaving Hong Kong now face additional scrutiny and fees at American ports. The government's move to halt official logistics services only widens the rift between the two powers. Experts note that this is no longer a mere trade dispute, but a geopolitical contest of influence and sovereignty. Hong Kong, whose economy thrives on exports and re-exports, risks a severe blow should trade with the U.S. continue to decline. A disruption in this trade route, especially one as vital as the Trans-Pacific Corridor, could see containers pile up at the port and workers laid off in droves. Estimates suggest that up to 600,000 people could lose their jobs if this trade standoff persists, a number that could swell when indirect effects are accounted for. For a city already grappling with declining tourism and a sluggish global economy, the impact could be devastating. Yet, some argue that the suspension of postal services is more symbolic than functional. While it will certainly disrupt small-scale trade, larger corporations may still find ways to navigate the system through special agreements. Still, the damage caused by soaring tariffs, some exceeding 200%, makes many exports economically unfeasible, turning the U.S. market into a barren wasteland for Hong Kong producers. Representatives from Hong Kong's Chamber of Commerce have warned that if the situation remains unchanged, exports to the United States may dwindle to near zero within months. Analysts forecast losses ranging from $50 to $60 billion annually, a figure that would carve deeply into Hong Kong's GDP. In the long term, Hong Kong may attempt to pivot toward European or regional markets, but such transitions are neither simple nor cheap. Much of the city's infrastructure is built for trans-Pacific trade. Reconfiguring this system will take time and investment, with no guarantee of success. Meanwhile, Hong Kong's powerful financial sector, deeply entwined with global markets, watches cautiously. Any prolonged uncertainty could rattle investor confidence and drag down stock indices by as much as 10 to 15%. International funds may begin pulling back, triggering a potential domino effect in the financial markets. Hong Kong's leaders are clear in their rhetoric. We will not yield to Trump's pressure, they declare. These defiant statements strengthen domestic unity and portray the city as a proud protector of its identity. But critics warn that such bold moves may hasten Hong Kong's integration with mainland China, eroding its semi-autonomous status and further justifying Washington's decision to revoke the city's special privileges. For ordinary citizens, the consequences are already visible. Prices are climbing. Orders are being canceled. Small businesses are weighing relocation to the mainland to reduce costs. Yet, even there, economic challenges abound. The real risk lies in the streets. With unemployment rising, social unrest could once again flare in a city known for its volatile protests. Should that happen, Beijing's involvement will likely intensify, drawing Hong Kong further under its wing. Some believe that Washington's true aim is to use Hong Kong as a lever in its broader strategic chess game with China. By squeezing Hong Kong, the Trump administration may hope to undermine China's regional influence. Conversely, Beijing sees this as an attack on one of its most prized cities and is unlikely to sit idly by. While the phrase Hong Kong cuts trade with the U.S. may seem dramatic, the symbolic gravity is undeniable. Even a seemingly small act, like halting Postal Service, sends a chilling diplomatic message. We are freezing relations. If no compromise emerges within 3 months, the economic damage could become irreversible. For now, it's a waiting game. Will Hong Kong endure the storm or seek to reopen negotiations? Will Washington soften its stance or double down on its pressure tactics? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear. This is more than a postal spat. It is a test of economic resilience, political will, and the future of a city caught between two titans.